with us right now, on air with us, we have got two ladies who I have spent some intimate time with, them both. Yes, I hear you. We've got Tracy Boyle and Simone Austin from Colon Care. It is colon hydrotherapy. Thank you so much for coming in, because I think we need to kind of get this taboo gone, because anyone who's ever actually had their colon cleansed realizes literally how light you feel and how good you feel. But there is something to be said about walking into a room and a beautiful woman tells you to derobe, and she lubes up a tube and pops it up into your bum, and then starts to put water into that said, and then just releases you as the stool comes through a clear pipe, and then you're still just chatting about your day.
Things.
It's quite a thing. So first thing, girls, how did this come about that the two of you work in this profession?
I battled with my tummy from little, so probably about age 5. And my mom is the trainer for colon hydrotherapy South Africa. So she went for a treatment many, many years ago. She's been doing it for over 20 years. And she wasn't really happy with the whole setup. She's like, there's got to be a different way of doing this. But she felt so incredible, afterwards. And long story short, she ended up going and studying overseas in Canada. And then we had the rights to have the machines in South Africa. And anyway, she kept on saying to me, you need to come for a treatment, you need to come for a treatment. I was like, you're not sticking a pipe up my bum. It's not
so you'd never done one, even though this was your mom's thing?
Never. She'd had her business for a while, and she kept on saying to me, come through. I was like, not going to happen. And eventually I did. It was the best thing I ever did. It made me feel so incredible. And so I decided to study and follow in her footsteps. And then Simone was actually one of my clients, and for a few years. And we just love them. I mean,
we all do.
So I just said to her, I really think you'd be so good at this job. She'd already studied anatomy and physiology, and I convinced her to come and join me.
If someone who has never experienced a colon hydrotherapy before, could you walk us through what to expect on your first visit?
So obviously people are so nervous when they come in. You can see they're like walking and they're like pretty jittery. So we kind of got to just get them to like relax. So basically the 3 things we always tell them: there's no mess, there's no smell, and it's not sore. And that immediately like sets them at ease. Yeah. And I mean, in all honesty, colon hydrotherapy was like my last resort. Yeah. And that's actually one of the things we always get. People are like, okay, I'm here because you are physically my last resort. Yeah. I don't know what else to do. And so basically when they come in, we do like a consultation with them. We get to know them, because we actually are people business. Yes. We're about the person. We're not really, we want to help them. Yeah. So we then take them through the process, and obviously then they try and assess. So it's better to actually get to know them as a person and start building that little bit of a relationship with them, so that they actually feel a lot more at ease. Yeah. And what I find is a lot of people will actually say to me, oh, is that it? Yeah. It's not so bad. Yeah. I have had questions like, where are you going to stick it? I was like, well, there's only one place.
Okay, so how big or long is the part that gets inserted into our bums?
So put it this way. When you go to the toilet, that's way bigger than what's going in your bum. It's a small little speculum. The length of it is long, but only a certain, I don't know, I'm not good with measurements. But
so that's about 4 centimeters?
Yeah.
5 centimeters?
Just literally it's not going in right up to your throat. Yes.
Look, I've done it, I think maybe 3 times, 2 or 3 times. And every time I go there, I want to vomit. I'm so nervous and I don't want to do it. And then every time I'm like, oh yeah, it's not so bad.
It's not so bad. And you're completely covered, so we give you a pair of shorts. When I had those shorts made, I had to sort of, because the shorts are like a pair of boxer shorts, but there's a hole at the back. Yes. So I had some explaining to do to the seamstress. Yes. And but yeah, you're completely covered. We're not looking at anything. Yes. It's very, very professional in terms of and dignified.
Well, like a funny story. I actually had a client come in. She's like, I didn't realize the boxer shorts actually come like this.
Yes.
I need to go check my husband's pants out. No, we had to make it like
Yeah. His ones, the split might be at the front.
Yes.
Okay, so now that we're on the bed, we've now got the pipe, and we're lying there now. So you lie on your back, and there's the machine is running through to the right where you girls are sitting, and the pipe is see-through in certain spaces, and then in the machine see-through.
Yes.
How do you create it so that the stool comes out?
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay, so the little speculum that goes into the rectum is it goes in, but there's like a part that comes out. Okay, so it then has like a hole in it. So basically, we use triple purified water that goes. There's a thin little pipe that attaches to the machine, and then there's a waste pipe as well. Okay. So there's actually 2 pipes attached to that little speculum that goes into the rectum. So we use triple purified water, flows gently into the colon, loosens any hard old stool, moves it down and out that pipe, which has got that little hole in. So and out it comes through the machine. So you will always have clean water going in, dirty water out. Okay, so it's purified water that flows gently in and releases and comes down and out.
And that purified water is running continuously. So that water doesn't stop.
Yeah.
That's running continuously to help move the waste.
And that's just like you said, it's
flush.
Releasing it. Because when I had gone to the ladies the last time, I mean, I'd been ill. I hadn't eaten anything in days and days. And there was still obviously stuff coming out. And Sim said to me, yeah, but that's obvious. You can see by the shape it's been stuck in the colon.
Yeah.
So can you tell from what comes out how old the waste is?
It's quite difficult to actually gauge how old it is. I mean, obviously you look at the color, you look at the dehydration, how cracked is it, the type of texture that's coming out. And obviously how dark, I suppose it is. We do go by color. But I mean, there's not something I'd be able to say to you, oh, this has been stuck in you for like 5 years.
Yeah.
But generally what happens is people will go to the toilet. They'll be like, I don't even know why I'm here. I go to the toilet all the time. And then when they come in, they're like, I didn't realize I had so much gunk inside of me.
Yeah.
And then I actually explained to them, it's like you may be going to the toilet, but you may not be clearing everything out each time. So there's not a full emptying. And then there's like what we would say like debris on the side of the wall.
Yes.
And then it like builds up and it builds up and it builds up. And that's when people seem to start having like these like bloated problems. And, we talk about things like parasites and, all those interesting things.
But remember, your colon is a working organ.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's as you're eating, the stool is moving through. So it's a working organ. You can't have an empty colon, all the time. But the idea behind it is to give you a good cleanse to reset, because we also do probiotic implants as well. So once we've cleared the colon nicely, we'll actually do a probiotic infusion to help.
How do you do that?
So exactly the same as we would with the water. It's just it just comes from a different part of the machine. So it really is, you've got to look at it as a whole in terms of diet. So look at it as a reset. You come through for a good reset. And people often ask, am I going to be able to lose weight? Will this help me lose weight? And I always say it's not weight loss, it's waste loss. So once we reset the gut, people often find that it helps them to lose the weight, but the treatment's not making them lose the weight. It's waste loss and it's a reset. So I hope that makes sense.
To reset their digestive system.
Yeah.
Because,
with food, with everything, probiotics,
everything. Yeah.
And I think there was a really good metaphor for it. Is that you can brush your teeth every day, but if you never floss, when you do floss. And the stuff that comes out, you're like, but I brush twice a day. But you need the colon cleanse is in essence the colon's flossing.
Exactly, that's a good way of putting it. And also remember, we are not, the food that we are eating is not like our grannies and grandpas were eating. Think about this: everything is in plastic. Your bread's in plastic, your milk's in plastic. I always think about those lovely water bottles traveling on the freeway. Let's just say you've got a truck going past, and it's with a beating hot sun going down onto that plastic, heating that plastic up. If you think about that. So what we, consume on a daily basis is not, like it used to be.
Yeah.
So, it's...
I mean, even if you take, like we were talking about by people consuming bread, and we, those are the things that we try and discuss with our clients. Bread is not supposed to have 20 ingredients.
Yes.
Now it's got 18 to 20 ingredients in a loaf of bread, where it should be 3, maybe 4 ingredients.
Yeah.
So you can imagine what we are actually putting in. Our bodies weren't designed to consume 20 ingredients in a loaf of bread. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we were even talking about how corn, which we know we don't get non-GMO corn anymore, it goes through a digestive system that has a pH of under 2 and still comes out looking the exact same.
Exactly the same. Just, And we often, you can see, I always say to my clients, when last did you have sweet corn? A week ago. Well, there it goes. So
Tandor's face right now is
there goes
everything.
Your sweet corn.
Mushrooms are another thing.
Yeah,
that
mushrooms.
doesn't digest.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's you want to chew your food. You've got to chew. It sounds terrible, and it's actually very hard to do, but you should chew until your food is like soup in your mouth.
Yeah.
How many of us actually do that? Because the saliva is helping to break down.
Girls, do you find, and this is an opinion answer, you don't have to have the truth, do you find there is a difference in the waste and the health of the gut of your vegans versus your meat eaters or your plant-based diets versus people who do consume maybe the dairy and the wheat and everything? Is there a big difference there?
In terms of the stool that comes out, yes.
Well, just, in terms of what you see, can you say definitely the healthier are the youngers, or the healthier are the ones that are not including meat, or are, you know what I mean? Or no, we don't see a difference.
I do have vegans, vegetarians that do come through to me that are sometimes constipated. But it's almost that there's lack of bulk, rather, if you want to say lack of bulk. But and then that they're not following a correct diet in terms of, because you can have a vegetarian that's healthy and you can have a vegetarian that eats biscuits
chips and
okay, so and that's often with the lack of bulk. But the vegetarians that are healthy vegetarians, yes, you can absolutely see a huge difference in terms of what
easier.
It's easier. So the water goes in and the stool just flows nicely. Whereas if somebody's constipated, it can take a while for that stool to start moving. So people come to us and they want their TikTok moment, because everybody's sort of on TikTok and having a look at colon clear, and they see the pipe, and they see the stool moving through the pipe, and it's that can happen and does happen. But if somebody's coming through to us and they are really constipated and that stool is dehydrated, your body's that stool is gonna absorb that water first before it moves anything. So it can take a little while it just depends. Everybody's different. Your body is different to mine, different to
Simone's. And we have to almost manage people's expectations, because they will come and they'll say, well, why is nothing moving? Like I saw on TikTok that that it was like flushing out and it looked like this vegetable soup, that kind of thing. Sorry for the graphic.
It's a Vic's face right now.
You have to almost just manage the expectations and be like, we don't know how many sessions that person has had that's currently in the video.
Okay, so sessions wise, this is not a one session will fix all.
Sometimes if the person has a healthy diet and is coming through for just a reset, a detox. And we do, we see that everyone's different. If a person's very, very nervous and they're holding on to emotions and they're scared, you might not see as much movement, because they're not letting go.
How do you know if you've got to, how do I say, the end? How do you know?
Seek and flush.
Oh, is that okay?
That's what it's called, seek and flush.
Yeah, and your colon, so we're only working in your large intestine, right? Okay, so there's a little one-way valve, okay, so we don't go anywhere other than that large intestine. So after a few treatments, our aim is we want that water to go right the way around and reach into the cecum, where there's bits of chewed food. So, and we've also measured the pressure in the colon, so we know exactly where that water is going.
So and chewed food as in this is your last meal that we're now at.
And we're there. And then that's when we do the probiotic implants, and then also the water, obviously we measure the pressure, but the water that goes in, just remember, it's 2 pounds per square inch. That's very gentle. That's like, it's so gentle. And we know exactly where that water is going. When we look at the machine, we can see the pressure gauge going up and then going down and then up and down. So we know exactly where that water, so let's just say there's a blockage in your colon that you don't know that there's a blockage. That water there's a safety net mechanism on the machine. It'll actually divert and go out the waste. It won't carry on pushing.
It will tell us.
It will tell us. But
that
then,
it's full.
and then also your body will feel it. You'll feel full. You know, you've had the treatment. You know when you feel full, and it releases.
And then what happens then is you have that feeling of, I need the bathroom right now.
Yes.
I need the bathroom right now. I need the bathroom. And then you have to let it go while you're lying on a bed having a conversation.
When you do an enema, so that water goes in, it's kind of working just in one section. It goes according to gravity, right?
Yeah.
So it's only going to clear a certain section. With our machine, there's a little bit of pressure and it's able to take that water. So it's a deeper cleanse.
I have a question.
Yes.
We spoke about parasites.
Yes.
What, if any, do you see coming out of our bowels, our colon?
So remember, unless we actually take that and go and have it tested, we can't say for sure that is 100% a parasite. However, we do, from what we have seen, you can see mucus strands and you can see what looks like a parasite. But to actually say that is a parasite.
Are we talking like worms?
Yes. And remember, think about this. What is sushi? Raw,
yeah.
where you're going to find parasites. Undercooked meat, okay, so we all love sushi, but are you actually deworming? Okay, we love our animals, we love our pets. What do dogs and cats do? They lick their bums. Okay, we deworm our animals, but do we deworm ourselves? Okay, unwashed fruits and vegetables, bacon. So
why bacon?
It's often it's just parasites. So it's one of the things that you've got to cook your food properly. So
I just need to go back because I don't know if anyone on this team eats bacon, but I know that people watching and or listening eat bacon. So I can't let this go past. If someone says, yeah, but my bacon is cooked.
Yeah, well, you need to cook your food. So okay, let's not go on to the bacon. Let's say any meat. You have a risk of there being parasites. A risk,
yes,
okay?
Yes.
So not every piece of meat is going to have but you're risking it,
yes.
Okay? So that's why you shouldn't eat raw food. Or, we love sushi and sushi can be healthy for you, but
then
make
one
sure
must
that you
be deworming.
Exactly. So what we do is we've got a nice natural parasite cleanse, and you can come through and do a little reset where you have 3 colonics, you do your parasite cleanse. And Sims, do you want to talk about the full moon?
Yeah, well, so we usually try and encourage our clients over the full moon because that's when the actual eggs hatch. So if you've got parasites...
Wait!
It's a life cycle of the parasite.
It's a life cycle. So what basically happens is your serotonin actually increases over the full moon and your melanin drops. And that serotonin, which is your happy neuron that gets sent to the brain, actually, what I can say is like, it makes the eggs basically hatch. It's like the...
What?
Yeah. So people can do a dewormer and you can kill the mothers and the hosts and the live ones that are already living, but you don't...
Get the eggs.
You don't get the eggs or the larvae. So you need to be able to get to the root cause of those things and you actually need to clear out the whole family.
So would that mean even deworming on a full moon?
So we do encourage, and then also just remember, just because you're not seeing parasites doesn't mean that they're not there. So it's not always visible. So it can be inside the stool. And obviously your usual sort of, everybody talks about, itchy bum means you've got parasites. Yes, but it's not always that. It can be, you may not have that and have parasites.
Can children have a colon hydrotherapy?
So I don't like to use, overseas they do. What I have for kiddies is a little home enema kit, because just think about it, like I say from age 16 onwards, because they need to understand there's something going in your bum. It's it's just, it's for a child. It would be, I just don't. So from 16 onwards, and they also, even if we have, so I've had somebody that's a teenager, boarding school kids, they are now home from school because they are so constipated and it's stress, it's all that sort of thing, lifestyle, and they come through and I can see that mother wants that kid to have the treatment and the kid is going, I'm not having, like there's no ways I will see that child.
Yes.
I don't care whether the mother's wants the child to have the treatment or not, the person has to be comfortable. Because, you are putting a little speculum into the rectum. You've got to be mindful of a person and
Of
where,
course.
where they're at. So I don't say that children can have colonics. However, sometimes we do have situations where, with a doctor's permission, the child can do enemas, and we've got a really nice home enema kit, which is similar to the utayata. So it's like a bag you put the purified water in, and you can actually, it's got a little tap on it, so you can manage that water with the doctor's permission.
And then pregnant women?
Overseas, they do the treatments, but we don't. I just, yeah.
And then, we do have a wonderful thing in our society where we get obsessed.
Yes.
So how often is one able to do a colon cleanse?
So you can do up to 24 treatments in a year. That is
Okay, so 2 a month is your max.
Yeah. And you want to do your clear out first. So you want to try and look at you want to clear that whole colon. So it is advisable to do 3 to 5 sessions fairly close together.
What's close together mean?
So
within a 3-week
yeah,
period.
or Monday, you could do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, have the weekend break Monday, Wednesday.
Ugh.
If you wanted to, I know it's close together, but think about what you're eating. So you want to give it a good clear out because you're eating in between.
Yeah.
So you can do a juice cleanse. So we have the juice cleansers that we have available for our clients. So if you do a nice juice fast, do a 3-day juice fast, come and see us for a course of treatments. We get you onto a parasite cleanse as well. And a probiotic, and that's a good reset. And then you can come through once a month. And we won't allow, yes, we do have some people that want to see us very regularly, and we control that. So we don't allow people just to come through.
It's almost 8 already. My last question, I don't know if the team's got any questions as well. Obviously, we're talking about a speculum up the bum, and we have boys.
Yes.
And boys are very specific about their bums, obviously. Do you find that this is more ladies that come in, or do you have kind of equal with men and women who come in for this?
Big mix of...
Yeah, it's such a big... I would definitely say it's more women that we interact, but our men...
male and female, young, old,
it's hard to say.
A lot of sports people actually come to us. So, and I think because they're in tune with their health.
Okay, yeah.
So yes, we have men, we have women, ladies, I don't know, these women are very stressed.
Yeah.
And when they come to us, it's a safe space.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of emotional release that happens.
Yes. I cry every time.
Because it's brain-gut connection. So often people with anxiety, depression, that brain, it's getting your gut right.
And then afterwards, once it's done, the final flush, sometimes it includes coffee.
Yes.
And then the ladies leave you in the room and music starts playing, and then you get given the bathroom, which is in the same room, and you just go there and then you have your final release and you chill there until you feel like you're done, and then you walk out there feeling like...
Don't you feel wonderful afterwards?
No, it's bizarre. It feels like you've had a nap. It feels like you've had a massage. It feels like that after exercise feeling where you feel great.
It's like a love-hate relationship.
Absolutely.
With our clients.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, like, I'm a tummy girl, so when I get stressed, my tummy is upset. And I don't like the feeling. The actual putting that splitting or whatever, no problem. But when it starts to cramp because it's moving gas, I hate that feeling, but I will keep coming back because it's,
Exactly.
It's the same reason you might have to push yourself to get up and go to gym or get up in the morning and go for your walk, but it's good for you.
Yeah.
Ladies, how does someone book?
You can go onto our website, which is Colon Care South Africa. We do have a WhatsApp line because we are owner-run business. Okay. So we are doing the treatments. And what happens is we have our WhatsApp line, and just pop us a message. We'll send you through everything on WhatsApp, and forms you fill out online. But our website, and then do you want me to give the number?
Please, yes.
Our WhatsApp number is 0833 847 460. I had to think about that.
Okay.
0833 847 460.
Perfect. Ladies, thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Do you have a busy day today?
We do have
We cheek to cheek. Cheek to cheek.